What's up guys, Ted from Immersion here, and I just want to do a fairly short video. I've talked about it for a long time, but I wanted to review the official Wizards of the Coast's D&D 5e minis. Not to say that any of the previous D&D minis, Pathfinder minis, Mage Quest, or Mage Knight, or whatever, any of those minis will work for D&D, obviously. But I have some of the official Dungeons & Dragons minis, and I kind of wanted to do... I've got this Rage of Demons box here unopened. We're going to unbox this one. And then I've got a handful of other ones off in a case off to the side here that I'll show you. So, I just wanted to kind of give you an overview. These boxes here, you're pretty much guaranteed to get at least 3, maybe 4. You get, actually, there it is right on the side, 4 collectible figures inside. They typically have 1 large figure and 3 smaller figures, although in some cases that's actually not true. Kind of like any card game, there's like super rare or rare figures than there would be normally. I know in the in the Horde of the Dragon Queen kind of Rise of Tiamat section there, it was invisible figures, so you get like a dwarf or an invisible dwarf or a shadow dragon as opposed to an actual dragon. And I have actually a handful of those, which I'll show you shortly. These run you about, depending on where you find them, anywhere from $10 to $15. The older ones are actually a little bit harder to find now, and most of my local game shops don't even carry these anymore. So I ordered this one off of Amazon. I think it cost me like 12 bucks. This is the only one you can actually get on Amazon right now that's through Amazon and Prime, not through some third party. So why don't we go ahead and open this and see what I get. So we cut the 2 pieces of tape here on the top. And we'll pop this open. Or not, because I didn't cut it. There we go. Alright, so what did we get? So you get this kind of plastic container here, and you can see all this bubble wrap in here. Those are the smaller figures, and then in the front there's the big ones. So let's kind of take out the little guys, and we'll look at those in just a sec. So we got 3 little guys and 1 bigger guy here. So, you see this. And... sorry, that's kind of probably pretty loud for you guys. There we go. So, if you can see that right there, which is not really coming into focus at all. Maybe it will, I don't know. But this here is a carrion crawler, and the reason I know that is because on the bottom of all the minis it actually says what they are, even the little ones. So this actually looks a lot different than the carrion crawlers from previous editions. They were usually green and had kind of more squid-like suckers. This is interesting looking. It is Rage of Demons, so I wonder if this has to do with being underground in the Underdark. This is number 27 of 55. So we got a carrion crawler here. What else did we get? So first one of the little ones we've got right here is... this is a shield dwarf wizard. So it's a little blue cloaked wizard dwarf with a staff with a tiny kind of light blue crystal on the top of the staff. I'll probably bust out the either my still camera or my camcorder and kind of get some close-ups of these just so you guys can see at the end of this. And what do we got in this little guy? Ooh, okay, this one's pretty cool looking. It's one of the ones that comes on a stand. This is an air myrmidon, so this is kind of an air elemental with a, looks like a spiked chain almost. It's see-through, which is kind of neat. Which is good, especially if you have a druid and your druid's summoning elementals and you need kind of something to fill that spot. And we have a Dretch demon, which is kind of these weird kind of dog-faced little demons. So if you can see, here's like the Dretch and the carrion crawler. This is the larger one. So that's what came in this. Again, these are random. Some of the ones that you can get in this just from looking at the side of the box. I see a Drider, so that's the Drow half spider. Again, the Myrmidon, a Mind Flayer Lich, Shadow Demon, Beholder, Copper Dragon, a Roper, a Drow Scout, and a Helmed Horror are just what's listed on here. There is 55 in this set. It says collect all 49 figures on the back, but as you can see, this is out of 55. So those extra 6 are the kind of the rare ones. So why don't I bust out from my case over here some of the other ones that I have. So, as you can see from the previous kind of Rise of Tiamat set, Rage of Dragons, or whatever they called it, Rise of Dragons, I forget. But I have here's a copper or bronze dragon. These all come with the stands to keep them rised up, so you can see this is pretty cool. This was one of the big ones, and I actually lucked out because in just buying a handful from those sets, I managed to actually score most of the dragons. So I think I only bought like 4 or 5 of these. I've got your bronze dragon, got the blue dragon, a green dragon, and this one was a copper dragon. It's kind of got the metallic sheen. But what was really cool was in my one package that I actually got the green dragon, and one of the limited edition rare ones, I got the shadow dragon, which is kind of translucent. So these two actually came packaged together in one box, which was pretty neat. And this is a shadow black dragon. You can kind of see the horns on the head there, makes it a black dragon. So in another one I did buy, I got this giant here. I got a stone giant elder. So they're pretty cool. They're nice because they are all pre-painted, and they're made by Wizards of the Coast. So like if you're looking to buy dragon minis, this is designed to look like the green dragon in the monster manual, which is nice. But the unfortunate thing is there is no black dragon or white dragon, at least in the first set, which is all about dragons. And if you're playing Horde of the Dragon Queen or Rise of Tiamat, there is a white dragon. It's one of the prominent figures in Horde of the Dragon Queen, and there is black dragons as well. So it's kind of unfortunate. You can get them through, or a red dragon now that I think about it, you can get them through D&D Attack Wing, but you're going to be paying a lot more money because Attack Wing is an actual miniature game based in the same kind of concept of X-Wing. If you've played X-Wing, Star Wars X-Wing, it's similar except it's D&D, and all of the minis, which is kind of funny, even like the individual minis like these dragons or the smaller minis, which I'll grab a couple of, they actually are this exact same minis. They just have like a card that comes with it to tell you the powers. So I don't think that's technically official for Attack Wing, but I personally don't see why. Like if I have this copper dragon here that I got from, or this, what is this? I keep saying copper. Is it bronze? Bronze. I have this bronze dragon, or copper dragon, whichever one. I keep messing them up. But I have this one here, and I also have another one that came with Attack Wing. I personally don't see why I couldn't use this and that one and just use the card, so I have 2, but I'm only using the card information from 1. The base are the same size. Everything should work the same. What else do I have over here? I'll grab some of the smaller ones that I've got here. Show you guys. And as a DM, you always want to try to have minis. Oh, looks like I bought another one because I did actually get a Pegasus, which comes with a little stand here as well to raise that up. I have a handful from older editions. I've got, here is a Guard Drake, which is very prominently used in Horde of the Dragon Queen. Got a red wizard, so he's got the cool little fire hands. And then I actually bought, there's one that was called Icons of the Realm, which actually came with all predetermined figures, like there's like a female shield dwarf. It came with like a little, halfling rogue, and there's a human paladin. But this was actually one of the rare ones that I was mentioning. You can see I have this dwarf here, and then I also have this kind of clear invisible dwarf. And I don't know why you would need this. I guess if you have a dwarf that's casting invisibility, or you just want to represent an invisible enemy, which if you're unless like an invisible PC, because they shouldn't be able to see an invisible NPC. This was one of the smaller ones. I got a gargoyle, which comes with a stand, and I want to say Planetar? Oh, I have a Wraith in here somewhere too, kicking around. Actually, I don't seem to have that, but either way, as you can see, I have a couple of these little flying guys. But these are, I think, all the ones I have from this edition. Here's the Wraith. Again, I will cut to some close-up pictures of all of these so you can actually see the detail. but they are pre-painted for you, which is nice or not, depending on how you look at it. I have taken some of the pre-existing ones, and like this was a human barbarian, and I kind of painted him a different color scheme, bloodied him up a little bit to make him more half-orc, because we had a half-orc NPC, and or a PC rather, and he didn't want to be a human, mini, so I painted it up, which obviously you can feel free to do. Change this, here's a bugbear and things like that. Change the way, paint them different colors to kind of make them represent more of what your PCs are. The only problem is, again, you don't know what you're getting in these packs, so if you are going to be running Horde of the Dragon Queen, kobolds are a very common enemy. And I think in Horde of the Rise of Rage of Dragons, or whatever it was, mini set, there was, there's one kobold, so you buy a pack of 4, you're going to get maybe a dragon, a couple other random minis, and 1 kobold. Well, you would like to have 15 kobolds, because most of the battles involve at least 5. So now you're going to be looking online to spend $3 to buy an individual kobold, when in reality you could go to something like Reaper Miniatures or some other website. You could buy older versions of kobold figures. You could just see if you can find a lot on eBay. That's usually a good way to go. But I just kind of wanted to give you, these are all made by Wiz Kids. They are the people that make, they do make the game Attack Wing. So again, like I said, the minis are the same. Like if you had Shield Dwarf troops for your Attack Wing, they will be almost these exact same minis, so keep that in mind. But I have several of the Reaper miniatures that I bought myself, and I painted up, which I will be doing a separate review of Reaper minis. I personally think they're the way to go. They are all resin, and you can get aluminum ones and metal ones if you'd like. But, I feel like you can get them fairly customized to the way you want. They have a lot of options, and you can paint them, and honestly, they're a lot cheaper. Because to get these, you'd have to have somebody individually take one out, then sell it online. Whereas these, you can buy, like, oh, I want a Elven Paladin. Boom, there you go. And with a little modification on your part in painting, you can kind of make these look whatever you want. Or again, like I've mentioned before, spend the money and go for Hero Forge, which I will be actually purchasing 2 or 3 Hero Forge minis, crafting them myself, and then we will see what they look like, and I'll do a review of that and see if that's worth it. I'm not going to be doing the metal ones, even though they're awesome. They cost a ton of money, so we'll be sticking with the resin ones from Hero Forge. But anyway, guys, do you buy these kind of minis from Wizards of the Coast? What do you guys think? Let me know, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on them in the comments below. Stay tuned for a couple of still images of the various figures that I've shown off here today, so you guys can get a good look at those, and I will see you next time.